welcome to Iacon Underground Radio for the week of May 25th, 2016. I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
So we've got a little bit of news on a little bit of everything this week. We've got some toy news, some live-action movie news, some comic news, and then we're going to discuss the big scary thing for the week, which is the new issue of More Than Meets the Eye, number 53. But first, the May Mayhem Groove figure, which was previously a Japanese exclusive, in which Hasbro has been, of course with the name May Mayhem, they've been touting as a May release. Finally, with only a few days left in May, it has been put up for sale all over the place. We do not have any particular sponsors to tell you to go buy it from, so just go buy it from somebody, if you are feeling so inclined. A lot of places have it as pre-orders, a lot of places have it listed as out of stock already, so look around if you want it, it's out there. We have also seen pictures now of a black version of Masterpiece Tracks, based on his original Diaclone colors. His name is Loud Pedal. Now, is that some kind of, pun that didn't translate or something?
I think it's supposed to be just a musical reference. I think. From, some pianos
that
that
sound
have,
like a weird translation.
A pedal. But yeah, it could just be
those have
translation.
names. It's not just loud.
What? No, I know they do, but
the Loud Pedal. It was named by someone who kind of knew about it, but not a lot.
It's not a horrible name. It just feels like it could have a better name other than just Black Tracks.
Yeah, it just seems kind of nonsensical. I mean, Exhaust was pretty great though.
Yeah,
but Loud Pedal is
it's hard to top Exhaust.
Some words. It's one of those the Japanese really love English names.
Yeah.
In movie news, I'll let you take this one, Alex.
Yes. In movie news, they've announced another cast member for Transformers 5. Josh Duhamel is back. And presumably so is Tyrese, because why would you bring one back without the other?
Yay! Yeah, apparently Tyrese Gibson hasn't been officially announced yet, but Michael Bay tweeted a picture of him in some remark about Transformers 5, so presumably it's at least unofficial. But yeah, that's probably the most exciting Transformers movie news I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best characters to appear in more than one Transformers movie that are humans.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool.
And then in other fiction news, the Transformers Club has been shuffling the deck a little bit on the subscription service for their fifth and final release, or at least presumably final. For one, they've released another story promoting it, this time featuring Toxitron. And for two, they've extended the deadline to Friday this week, and they have opened purchase to anybody who's ever been a member of the club, with the technical limitation of they might not be able to find your records if you weren't in the system as of 2012 when they switched over to their new e-commerce system. But hey, give them money, because they clearly need it.
Please give us money. Yeah, that does kind of make me wonder if, maybe they didn't get the sign-up numbers they were hoping for, or either that or it's just a big cash grab.
I'll give them the benefit of the doubt here. They announced after the club subscription shutoff date that they wanted to give people a way to buy in even if they hadn't gotten in by the subscription cutoff date.
Yeah, so it's a little from column A, a little from column B, because my subscription, which I had not had for a few years, but I got again last year for last year's subscription service, which still haven't all come yet, but mine will run out this month or next month. Not that I want subscription 5, but it's nice that they're giving the option, I guess.
I think I had a subscription. I think 2012 was the last year I had a subscription. Maybe it was 2013. It was the last BotCon I went to, at least. I went ahead and picked that up. But that was... of course, I don't have the money for that kind of thing, but it is, I guess it's nice of them to open that up, though, I mean, we know how I feel about them, so I'm sort of wary to think of anything they're doing as nice and not, self-serving.
Yes, it is both. It is self-serving while being nice. Because they're trying to sell everything they possibly can before they can't sell anymore.
Yeah. So there has been some big comic news that is really just big comic news for all of comics.
But most of comics. Comics outside DC and Marvel.
Which is that Comixology, which some may remember has been got purchased by Amazon a little while back, they have a new, basically sort of a streaming service. It's Comixology Unlimited. And they have just a free streaming service. It's $6 a month, and it's intended, I imagine, to be comparable to something like Apple Music or the Google Play Music subscription or Spotify.
Or Marvel Unlimited.
No, it's not intended to be similar to any of those. It is.
How is it different?
Well, it is to those services as Amazon Prime Video is to Netflix. In that Netflix is just trying to get you the rights to as much video as they can afford that they think will get people to subscribe, whereas Amazon Prime Video is kind of doing a similar thing, but also doing it because they can do the thing where, oh, you've just binged the first 4 seasons of this series. Seasons 5 and 6 cost money, above and beyond your subscription fee.
Yeah,
you want to see what happens, right?
My mother has been really annoyed about that, just regarding my nephews and how they'll, and this could, tie into Rescue Bots and various other kids shows, is that they, you get your kid who has been watching this show and they get to the point where they're out of new episodes. And so now the kid is pressuring the parents to buy the series. And what are you going to do? But probably not going to happen so much with the Comixology Unlimited thing. But, yeah,
It already kind of clearly is, because it's stuff like they're advertising, like, you can read Saga for free for the first 6 issues. And you can read more than meets the eye.
Only 6 issues.
Sorry, you can't read more than meets the eye. You can read Robots in Disguise up to issue 40, at which point you need to start paying.
Yeah, you can get all of the Marvel G1 issues through IDW, in this case. And you can get all the Transformers vs. G.I. Joe. But yeah, no more than meets the eye. Only some Robots in Disguise. And I take it there's nothing pre-Death of Optimus Prime?
Actually, it looks like there's plenty. Let me double check. But
okay.
Well, it kind of sort of makes it... Well, a Netflix model would be more fun and more useful in a way, but I can't blame them that much for doing it, because Marvel Unlimited does the same thing. It's like you can read almost everything Marvel's put up to 6 months ago. They just don't.
Although
have
they
the
do
most
that on a
recent
rolling basis. They try to flesh out their back catalog as much as possible.
Yeah,
and
which
they put
I'd
stuff up
hope,
on the 6-month date.
Yeah, I would hope Amazon would do something like that too at some point in the future. Near future.
I mean, I'll say a couple things about this. One, I think we've mentioned that I'm a writer and I'm getting very heavily entrenched in the publishing industry. And Amazon has become pretty notorious for screwing over publishers. And they've also become notorious for being a place where you can just throw out whatever ebook you want to put up there. Though that has led to things like Chuck Tingle, so I can't fault them too much for that.
For all the minuses, we got Chuck Tingle.
This appears related to something that they have similar for ebooks called Amazon Unlimited.
Yep.
And what that is, and I've looked into this because while I have been professionally published and I'm not a huge fan of self-publishing, I did toss a short fiction piece out there at one point that was a little short to send to anybody professional. just, to look at the process. And to be featured as an author in Amazon Unlimited, you basically have to give them a certain degree of exclusivity. And the money that you get out of it is pitiful. I mean, it's basically they put a pot out there and it's all divvied up based on like how many pages people read, and apparently there are people already gaming the system. Of course, you're probably not going to see too much of that kind of thing with Comixology, but Comixology does have that Comixology Submit thing, where people can basically self-publish their comics through Comixology.
And they're owned by Amazon.
Yeah, so that it does remind me a little bit of some of the problems that I've run into and complaints that I've run into regarding Amazon's self-publishing and just general Kindle ebook business. The other thing I think is worth mentioning is that I was actually reading on Twitter today. My friend Sean McKeever was basically talking about how streaming services are not good. Catalog streaming services like this are not good for creators. You get a pittance of each read, basically. I mean, he basically put it the one digital subscription book that he did. He could take you out to Chili's on what he made off of it, but you'd have to pick up the drinks and the tip. Yeah, it's...
Ouch.
Creators do not make a lot of money off of it. And I think that may be part of why the big two aren't on theirs, because I think, from what I know about Amazon doing these sorts of things, I suspect that they would not agree to Amazon's terms.
Yeah.
I don't think DC's interested at all in any kind of digital subscription service. And Marvel, why would they sign up for a thing? They'd give away some of their comics for $6.99 when, like, $3 more, they get the entire thing for people signing up for the Marvel back catalog.
Yeah. I mean, it is true that Marvel's doing their own thing. I'm sure Amazon, again, seeing what I've seen of the back end of their publishing side of things, I wouldn't be surprised if Amazon had, for instance, if this is something that they're trying to push as getting people... Basically, this is something that I'm wondering if they're going to start packaging with Kindles. As something... So much of what Amazon's done with their ebook side of things is so much into pushing their own hardware. It's all about getting you to buy their hardware or using their hardware to get you to buy other things.
That's really more of it. They
price
their hardware really competitively. They're close to at cost, but the reason they're close to at cost is so they can constantly push you to sell things and try to keep you engaged with the things they're trying to sell you through it.
Yeah. So, I mean, Marvel may have just not been interested in that, and you'd think it would be good for DC because it would give them some kind of platform.
Yeah,
because they don't have anything like Marvel Unlimited.
They have some digital comics, but they just don't have everything digital.
Yeah.
It's like
they don't have any sort of... Yeah, they don't have like
any
catalog.
digital back catalog.
Yeah, which seems...
Like, you can't go by...
bizarre these days.
So yeah, there are Transformers offerings on there. There's no more than meets the eye, which you really have to wonder if that's because that was the one that
people would buy from issue 1 to issue current.
Yes. So that it just seems a little sketchy, but we'll see. I mean, it's probably not hurting anyone unless it takes comics into this sort of garbage fire that so much of self-publishing has become right now. Anyway.
Oh, there is actually plenty of Transformers stuff on it from IDW's back catalog.
Okay.
All of Last Stand of the Wreckers, Maximum Dinobots, if for some reason you want to read that. A lot of the movie comics.
Okay.
Several of the Transformers animated tie-in comics.
Aw.
In fact, I think all of them, including the Allspark Almanac.
Oh, nice.
And then we talked about Marvel G1, the Infestation crossover, the Prime Beast Hunters comic, and then Primacy, Monstrosity, and the first 2 volumes of Regeneration 1, and 4 spotlight issues.
Okay.
Wait, how many volumes?
So, yeah,
Only do
decent.
4.
How many volumes of Regeneration 1 were there?
4.
Oh.
Or at least 4 collected volumes.
I mean, I suspect this is being sold to the publishers as something to entice people to buy, other newer stuff, rather than some way to make money off of what they're putting up there. I think what's being put up there is, for the most part, either teaser stuff like the first 6 issues of Saga, or it's stuff that isn't really making money right now, but could entice people to buy other stuff. So, other comic news, the upcoming Till All Are One comic, which is the one that's basically what Robots in Disguise was for a while there. It's a lot of the Windblade and Starscream on Cybertron stuff. Now that Robots in Disguise, which is now adjectiveless, has gone on to being on Earth. That's the one with the hard-to-pronounce name triumvirate of Margaret Scott, Sarah Petre de Rocher, and Priscilla Tremontano. Yay! I think I did pretty good there.
Congratulations, you did.
But they are that comic is getting an exclusive cover for actually the Transmissions podcast, which is pretty exciting. They have commissioned an exclusive cover with it. It's got art by Alex Milne and colored by Josh Perez, and it's got an homage to the old Marvel issue 18 cover by Herb Trimp, which was the one with Blaster and Straxus on it. Which is pretty much all that needs to be said.
One of the 5 best covers.
Yeah.
So how does an exclusive cover for a comic for a podcast work?
Yeah.
I feel like I need this explained.
I think this is like when you have stores that have exclusive covers. I think they actually commission IDW to do it. I think it's something that
but with
they
the store,
actually pay
it's like
to have done.
There's a physical store to pick it up in. How does it work for a podcast?
Like, are they going to put it on their store next to the Transmissions t-shirts and buttons and Cafe Press mugs, or?
They're going to have it at their booth at TFCon in Canada and USA. They're going to have it at TF Nation in England. And they are going to have it online through their sponsor's website, primetoys.net.
Oh, so they're trying to drive foot traffic to their booth at shows. That's
okay.
Really cool.
Okay, so we should send Rob to get us all a copy.
Yes, we should get Rob up in Canada to go get us some Canadian ones.
And add that to our Patreon stretch goals. Commission a custom cover from IDW.
Oh wow, yeah, that would be a pretty good stretch goal. That'd be a pretty big stretch goal. It'd be a pretty great stretch goal. So, yeah, that's the news for this week. Speaking of comic covers and Alex Milne and, I don't know, stretching. And so I'm pulling up our comic here. So, new issue of More Than Meets the Eye this week, guys.
Oh, goodness.
What do y'all think?
Well, we were all wrong, and it's even worse than we thought as a result.
Yeah. Nobody else wait. Okay, one character dies this issue, but it's not who we would have imagined.
It's not who anybody.
It's
my
really
favorite
surprise.
my favorite half an hour later revelation about this was that somebody is going to have to merge 3 pages on TF Wiki that they would never have expected to be merging.
Well, yeah,
maybe 2 of them, but not the third.
2 possibly, but the third was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I think Dominus Ambus was a popular fan theory for being Agent 113.
Yeah, he was in the top 5 possibilities.
Yes, he occasionally came up as a candidate for Tarn, but I think everybody's pretty set on the roller Tarn thing at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I was reading this, as soon as Rewind found more information about Dominus Ambus...
Oh, spoilers, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is...
Maybe move that to the beginning.
Any spoilers.
Yes. There will be... I usually put a spoiler warning on the post connected to these, so hopefully that'll be in the blurb on everybody's podcast reader.
Yeah, and we're not doing...
spoilers.
We're doing the comic news last, so it's after other things people figured out.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, give people a warning that we're going into the spoiler territory. So, yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
Yes. So, yeah, as soon as Rewind, he found some more information on Dominus Ambus, and that, he was talking, we all have read the issue at this point. Hopefully, if you haven't, go do that. But, he's talking to Minimus Ambus, and some new information about Dominus Ambus comes up, and I thought, well, wait, okay, so Rewind and Chrome Dome can't die, because they are actually having new developments in their ongoing plot. And then it gets resolved. And I'm like, they're gonna die. they're dead.
It's just weird, because, it was the characters, last time we talked about the comic, it's we were figuring who was probably going to die, although I don't know if we put it all in the episode, but, character stories are wrapped up. Like Skids. Skids is probably going to die. His story is kind of wrapped up.
Yes.
And we were figuring, Rewind to Chrome Dome, they still got some story to go. They should still survive, at least one of them, and their story gets wrapped up. Oh crap.
Well,
yep.
But given this, there's one of them that's going to survive, and it's not Chrome Dome.
Yeah, he's not doing so good. And we see that at the beginning of the issue, that he's not doing so good. So yeah, we start off with Velocity and Ratchet being super salty at each other.
Oh, I was waiting for that.
Salty medics.
That was good.
They're so good together.
They are concerned about Tailgate possibly burning himself out, which sounds like something that's gonna come into play at some point in the next couple issues. I really appreciated Skids trying to comfort poor Swerve there in that one panel. They just
fetal
look
position.
so...
Yeah. And he's just biting biting what would be his fingernails if he wasn't made of metal.
Yeah, how does that work? And since he's a metallurgist, he's probably tasting the kind of metal his fingers are made out of anyway. It's gotta be weird.
He's freaking out. And Skids is just super worried about him. So yes. So Ratchet and Drift had brought back the pet from the DJD, and Rodimus wants to see if he can use it to find out where the DJD ship is. So Chrome Dome, stupid Chrome Dome, stop it. Stop doing that. He's like, yeah, I'll jack in there. It'll be fine.
Chrome Dome was right in the room. Rodimus was talking out loud. I think he was kind of hoping Chrome Dome would insert himself into this. Because Rodimus is a little bit of a... Yes.
Well, unless he already knew what Ratchet was going to tell him, it's not deliberate here.
Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, Ratchet is the one who explains that he doesn't have a vocal synthesizer, that he can only growl. Or he does have a vocal synthesizer, but he can only growl, which we'll find out about shortly. So then Chrome Dome volunteers. So, is Minimus Ambus getting measured by Brainstorm not the cutest thing ever?
It's so weird.
Top 3.
It's like he's being measured for, a tailored suit. With a tape measure and everything.
It's not like he's being measured for a tailored suit. That's exactly what's happening.
Well, he's being measured for a giant robot suit, but I don't know, like a suit and tie. Just Minimus Ambus in a suit and tie would be really amusing.
He's being measured for bespoke armor.
Yes. It's pretty adorable. So and back a couple pages, I do really like, let's see, going to the exact line, where they're talking about why Tailgate's busting up one of the upper levels. Brainstorm says he can't make weapons out of thin air. Well, he says he can, but not in the 6.5 hours between now and sunset. Of course, Brainstorm is not going to accept any limitations other than, time.
Well, I mean, Nitrogen bombs are a thing, aren't they?
Yeah, you can synthesize something out of thin air. So yes, while Minimus Ambus is being measured for his new suit, Nightbeat is begging him to let him go try to figure out why the planet is hollow. And he eventually gives in, probably, so he'll shut up.
Yeah.
He also disses Rung bad.
Yeah, that's not very nice. See, like I said, the thing about Nightbeat, he was so lovable in G1 when he was being a jerk to characters that you didn't have any feelings about. But in Where Meets the Eye, he's being a jerk to, Chrome Dome and Rung, and it's just not the same as being mean to Siren and Hosehead.
Yeah.
But yes, Magnus told him that he could go as long as he didn't go alone. And he said, I said I'd take someone he could do without. To Rung. And he says, I'm joking. You're not, though, are you? No.
Well, he does have a point. I mean, it's like, fight for your life is coming up, and Rung is wrong.
Yeah, he's not known for his combat skills.
He transforms into a stick.
We still don't know what that stick does, though.
Not yet.
Which is another
one
of those subplot things that seems like he's gonna have to still make it through here.
Yeah.
Him and Nightbeat's head.
Unless Rung has something to do with the hollow planet.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
It's a maybe.
It's an interesting possibility, but it doesn't line up with the alternate functionist universe thing. I don't think they knew about the Necrobot planet there.
Well, they had something planned, we didn't know what it was. Hollow Planet is something mysterious, and Rung transforms into something mysterious. It's a possibility.
Yeah.
Then again, we were surprised by the connection revealed in this, so who knows what James Roberts has planned.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally weird random things.
Getting shanghaied into a hallway and going through the besties ceremony.
Yes. Nautica has Velocity, Skids, Rung, Brainstorm, and Nightbeat all come and have a formal Amica Endura ceremony. And they all hold hands, and it's very cute.
Oh, it's very cute, and it's also, her plot line is wrapped up. Shoot. I'm gonna reveal I'm friends with somebody. To somebody. A bunch of somebodies. I'm sad it's not Ravage there. But
Aww.
And Skids for your kindness. And your dancing.
I ship those two so hard.
Yeah.
So hard.
Well, now she has harem ships, so there you go.
Yeah. So meanwhile, Chrome Dome is doing things that he shouldn't be doing.
The same thing he's always doing that he shouldn't be doing.
Yes.
Sticking his fingers in people's heads.
So yeah. Rewind is going through the archives of the Necrobots, just seeing if there's anything interesting.
Because he just finished sending the message that they recorded that they sent out issues ago that we found out, which began this whole story arc.
Yep.
So that's
also,
when...
the letter showed remarkable restraint by replacing the N with an L for the sound effect of Chrome Dome's Nemosurgery needles sliding out.
Yeah, it's a very Wolverine moment. So Minimus Ambus, I'd like to point out, is slightly shorter than Rewind in his smallest form.
Just slightly.
Which is precious. But yeah, they're discussing Brainstorm fitting him for a new suit, and it comes up that someone else in his family, someone else with a mustache, was also a load bearer. It turns out Dominus Ambus was also a smaller guy in a suit. And, he talks about how he mentions that Dominus Ambus was even more sensitive about his size and, had the outer armor and all, and didn't even tell Rewind because, he was self-conscious about it. So meanwhile, yeah, it's pretty cute.
It's robots that can change size and shape are self-conscious about their height. It's just such a silly idea.
They don't want to be that small. It's embarrassing being short sometimes. People condescend to you. Trust me, I'm like 5'3".
Oh.
So Chrome Dome is digging around in the pet's brain and finds out that it has been domesticated, which I think they touched on this back in the last Scavenger story, with all those animal bots that had been...
Oh, yeah, they did.
Captured.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's a super horrifying thing where they take away your transformation cog and they make it where you can only make animal sounds, and then they slowly screw with your head. So that's messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that, that pops up sometimes in James Roberts' writing and some similar things where they use a term that's a very sort of everyday term for us, but which has horrible, horrible connotations in this particular setting. So yes, he's been domesticated, and everyone is horrified by this.
Yeah. Yeah, James Roberts has a real talent for coming up with everyday mundane words that he uses for creative fates worse than death.
Well, that is kind of like a British comic writer tradition, in a way.
Yeah, I think that's, it's a very British thing, but it's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chrome Dome is saying that he's gonna dig deeper and try to find it, and possibly reverse the process, and fix him. So, back in the big database room, Rewind is going through the original Grand Cybertronian taxonomy, which is a big catalog of every alt mode ever. And apparently the functionists had a habit of messing with it, as he says, whenever an alt mode became extinct. So Rewind's pretty excited to have an original version of this to download. So he asks Minimus Ambus to show him what Dominus looked like under his armor. And, as he's doing that, he gets a message from Drift saying, "You need to get to the med bay now. Chrome Dome's injecting. Something's gone wrong." And as he says that, Minimus Ambus goes, "There you go, that's him." And up on the screen is a guy with a mustache who turns into a Turbo Fox, which is what the pet is.
Yeah.
And
something's gone wrong. The A plot has collided with the B plot.
No!
And then at the exact same time, Chrome Dome gets deep enough into the patient's memories to know exactly who he is.
Yes, they both discover this at the same time.
And then he takes the Lord's name in vain. He says, "Oh God," not "Oh Primus," which is a little odd, but whatever.
He's been on Earth before, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's also been established in this that just for simplicity's sake, he tends more towards writing the human version of whatever it is and letting you assume that they're actually saying the Cybertronian equivalent in the Cybertronian equivalent language.
Yet we still have conjux and dura and stuff.
Well, that's a Latin-based word. So therefore, whatever the Cybertronian actual word for it is based on an older Cybertronian word.
I think it's just a matter of whether or not you want to call attention to the concept or just want to let it slide as a don't think too hard kind of moment.
as a thing.
Yeah.
As, it distracts from the point to have sci-fi speak. So I very much appreciate that when Rewind comes running to the med bay, he immediately punches Rodimus.
Oh,
because Rodimus deserves that so hard.
I sure you can right to the jaw.
That's just uppercut, which, I guess it'd have to be an uppercut because Rewind is short.
Yeah.
And so, yes, Rewind comes in to the med bay to find the saddest thing in the world, which is Chrome Dome. Chrome Dome's realized he's reached a point where he can either save Dominus Ambus or save himself. And being Chrome Dome, he says, you can have him instead of me.
Oh god, that's...
I love Chrome Dome.
Wonderfully horrible.
Such an emo. So sad.
Oh.
He dug too deep.
So yes. Yes, he got a little too deep. So he says that, and you get a shot of Rewind looking at Drift's sword. So Rewind grabs Drift's sword and cuts Chrome Dome's arm off. And then they end up in the same, Chrome Dome's on the floor in the same position as he was back when the first Rewind died, except this time he's got Rewind there with him.
Yeah, oh. Their story has come full circle.
Yeah.
Quite literally,
So,
since
yeah,
Rewind is actually hugging the tire on Chrome Dome's shoulder.
Little CD tire. So yeah, apparently Dominus Ambus infiltrated the DJD as the notorious Agent 113. When he was found out, they trapped him in his alt mode and domesticated him and made him into their pet, which is pretty screwed up.
Really screwed up.
It's super screwed up. I think it's even more screwed up that then in the last issue, Kaon made that huge deal about him getting captured.
Yeah, it puts an extra level on, like, Kaon was worried about his pet that was gone. Only now we find out his pet was actually some other dude he'd lobotomized and kept as a pet.
Yeah.
And Kaon gets his head ripped off for it, so we're less mad now? Maybe?
No. I'm still...
It's more
disturbed.
levels of, wow, that's creepy.
It's disturbing. It is super disturbing to think about.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Even the DJD members who are momentarily sympathetic are not sympathetic.
No, they're really messed up.
They're the embodiment of that gif, cool motive, still murder.
Speaking of which, the Army of Darkness is here.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool shot.
That's a really cool shot. It makes me trying to wonder, it's like, that has to be the back of somebody's head, but who? I kept wondering. One of them kind of looks a little bit like Starsaber, maybe? Or
you think you're having trouble with that? Imagine the guys on the Wiki.
Oh,
Imagine Chris McFeely. Who is that? Whose head is that the back of?
If you told me the guy in the bottom left who is otherwise the closest was Rampage, I would believe you. Not like G1 Rampage, like Beast Wars Rampage.
Oh, yeah, the one, I kind of thought that was Getter Robo Dragon, but could be Rampage.
Who knows?
Both have a spiky head.
But it's a really nice splash page. The coloring is very nice. The way the shields are glowing reddish in the sunset, and it's all all touching them and pinkish orange.
Yeah,
it's a sweet page.
It's a nice, moody color scheme that reminds me of why IDW's coloring is so good right now. Because for a while, you get too much color, you color everybody. No, this is hearkening back to what we used to complain about long, long ago in G1. Nel Yomtov's just color everybody some shade of blue in the background.
Yay!
It was flat, but it worked. It was moody, and this is just a little bit of shading on that simple blue moodiness.
Yes. Once somebody I knew made a joke that Nel Yomtov sounded like a Jewish holiday. When you celebrate the time that there should have only been enough desaturated blue for 3 days, but it lasted a whole week.
I always thought it sounded like a Star Wars character name, but
that too. But you need to tie it in with the desaturated blue. That's the important thing. So yes, the next page we have gone to our other artist for this issue, Hayato Sakamoto, who is doing pages 14 through 18. Which is first a shot of the Decepticon leadership here with Tarn and Overlord and Deathsaurus, Leozak, and Nickel.
Nickel and, who's the little guy's face in the back? I forget which city that dude
Voss.
is. Oh.
Yeah, that one's Voss. I have actually learned to tell them all apart now. And Tesserus actually over to the side by Overlord.
The big X.
But what I care about is Leozak, and he's actually got a gun that's vaguely shaped like his original toy gun.
Yeah,
so
kinda.
I'm happy. So meanwhile, Whirl ships Cyclonus and Tailgate super hard.
Yes.
It's pretty adorable.
Yeah, it kind of is.
So yes.
I want to believe it's shipping, but I believe it came across to me more as bafflement at the entire concept of romantic attraction and hoping to get an explanation out of Cyclonus that Cyclonus has no interest in giving.
I kind of got it that, Whirl is kind of like asexual, but he sees these two acting close together. He doesn't quite understand that, but he sees it's obvious to him. Even him who doesn't care about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I
think that he's just being nosy. I think
that's true. He's enjoying poking and prodding Cyclonus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making Cyclonus uncomfortable, which is one of his favorite pastimes. So yeah, they're working on getting one of the turrets up and running, and Whirl's just basically pestering Cyclonus about, his feelings. He's just pestering him. And Cyclonus gets a little fed up and basically says that Tailgate deserves better than him. And I do really appreciate that, at the end when they're talking about, how there's about to be this big battle. And Cyclonus says, oh, we'll survive this. He'll survive this at any rate because of the upgrade. Because I'll split this world open and tear down the sky before I allow him to come to even the slightest harm.
Yeah. This Cyclonus is so interesting. Like, nothing I would have ever imagined G1 Cyclonus was like.
Yeah.
Like, just a few panels before then, the Whirl asks, so it's a height difference problem. And Cyclonus is like, in a way it is. He towers over me. Wonderful. Another height joke, but...
Yes. I don't know why, but I can't get enough of Transformers and height jokes.
Well, they do have scale problems. So.
Yeah.
And then they finish the repairs on the gun, and Whirl, being Whirl, tests it.
Yes, he comes back downstairs looking a little battered. And points out that they can't shoot the perimeter guns through the shield, which he has learned. Yes, which he has learned by trying.
They did foreshadow this.
Oh, which part?
Remember the episode where
Trail
Cutter was in kind of that bottle situation with members of the DJD, and that being the case with his kind of force fields was the entire premise of the standoff?
Ah, right. Yee. So there's that. So they're all basically hunkering down, getting ready. It's 20 minutes until sunset, and Megatron comes out, fairly repaired, mostly repaired. Ratchet is with him. There is the happiest looking Ravage.
Oh, that's my favorite panel right there. Just Megatron walking, looking fine. Ravage is, his mouth's just wide open like a happy cat.
Yay, he's okay again.
Yay! I love sad old man and his cat. So, Rodimus and Ten present him with a new fusion cannon, which Brainstorm made out of the teleport chamber. And Megatron wants no part of it.
So presumably they got all the organics out by now, hopefully.
Oh, that's something they were talking about, that they could, if Nightbeat found a way into the planet, they could take them into there. But yeah, presumably they're still here because there's not really anywhere they could have taken them.
Yeah, because I think they had to leave them in their pod, whatever room, because they couldn't fit them in the teleport tube, I guess. Or something like that. I think,
good point, yeah.
Nautica was
you guys
supposed
remember
to do
correctly.
something about them or something? I don't know. Anyway, Megatron still doesn't want to kill anybody. Even to save his own life and the lives of those people around him who are about to be murdered by hundreds of angry Decepticons. Like, no, I don't want to.
He's scared.
He's afraid, which, again, is interesting for a Megatron.
Yeah, I like Rodimus saying that he and his conscience made a lovely couple. So yeah, and Rodimus is trying to give him a sort of sidelines talk, and, saying everyone here is scared. We've still got to do this. And Nautica and Skids are all sort of comforting each other very adorably because, it's Sakamoto art.
It's adorable, and it's also just weird that something I don't think we've seen before. Nautica's holding Skids' head to her breast.
Yeah, well.
Literally and figuratively. It's Sakamoto's great. I love Milne, but Sakamoto does body language a little bit better, or a little bit more high, or not quite over the top, but just more than Milne does.
Mm-hmm.
More theatrical acting.
Yes, that's what
yeah. And Tailgate's there holding Cyclonus' hand, but yeah, he's Megatron's offering to stay behind, coordinate things, but he doesn't want to go out. He says, I can't go out there. And Ravage is then a sad kitty.
Oh, wait a minute. I just noticed. Skids and Nautica are holding hands with their other hand.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. My ship.
Sakamoto's actually more subtle than I thought. Okay.
My ship, baby. My ship.
Okay. I'm fine with the ship now, because
it's about to be cast upon the rocks.
Yeah.
But for now, I will appreciate my ship. It's more than meets the eye where all your ships are canon, and yet it still hurts.
Oh, and yet one of my favorite ships is destroyed in the very next page. Megatron gives up, and Ravage shouts at him, Megatron! I'm so ashamed of you, as Megatron sadly walks away into the distance.
That's not necessarily a ship being sunk.
No, but it's just... From a few pages ago, Ravage was so happy, and now he's got a sad face.
Yeah. And Megatron walking down that corridor is definitely to the tune of the Bruce Banner walking away theme from the Incredible Hulk TV show.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes. Yes. And so, apparently, also, Velocity informs us that Minimus had a poem he wanted to read, something about poppies, which I take to be a reference to what also comes up about On Flanders Fields, which is a poem, I believe, regarding World War I, which is another very British thing.
Yeah, them and poppies, so something symbolic, war, dead, something.
Yes,
yeah.
Around the Tower of London, which admittedly I primarily know because I follow the Tower of London Raven Masters Twitter feed. They have a memorial that they put up once a year with a big field of little paper poppies.
Oh, right, that's right.
Huh.
So yes, there are some British references in here. Yay!
And Swerve reacts like he's being told they're going to put on a reading of Vogon poetry.
Yes. He does not care to hear Minimus Ambus's poetry. So, speak of the devil, Brainstorm comes out with the newly suited up Maximus Ambus. It's just like Ultra Magnus on steroids.
Ultra Mega
so big.
Magnus.
So big and so good.
Yeah. Not that much different. He's just a little bulkier, has a few more missile pods and gun turrets.
Yeah, same colors, I think, probably the same helmet, but yeah, he's definitely upgraded. I mean, he's easily he's easily twice as tall as Brainstorm.
Yeah.
More than.
Yeah. So, nightfall, no sign of Rung or Nightbeat.
Wait.
There are gunshots outside.
Maximus Ambus says tasty. That feels really out of character for him.
Well, maybe he's like all psyched up.
I guess, but tasty?
It does seem like a bit of a strange choice.
Yeah.
He seems like he'd say something more literal.
Maybe he's trying. Maybe it's him not being any good at metaphors still. So...
I'm just...
Yes.
Okay, now I'm imagining somebody calling him on that and him saying, well, I was in Swerve's last night because I didn't have any other choice about where to be while they were getting the measurements taken for the first half of it. And Swerve insisted on playing this movie from Earth called Army of Darkness. It seemed appropriate, and
Yeah.
nobody tells Magnus that he got the line wrong.
Aww. He tries.
And
Anyway,
then
group
group hug.
hug.
Yes, Rodimus pulls them all in for a big group hug.
And
He
Magnus's
says, "Thanks
hands
for
are just on the
traveling."
outside of the entire hug.
Yes, he's basically just pulling the hug together because he's so big. And yeah, he says, "Thanks for traveling with me." And then they go out into the night to go into the next issue.
Yay.
Oh man. So yeah, that issue.
That issue. Damn.
Yeah. A character backstory was tied up in the most improbable way.
But also
Yeah,
the most gutting way.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, it doesn't feel... I mean, it's definitely a surprise, but it doesn't feel like...
No, it doesn't feel wrong. It's just that the events that brought them to finding out at the exact same time and having the pet there was kind of contrived.
Yeah, but the impact, I think, was worth it.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was, oh man, and Chrome Dome. He just... poor guy. He's such a mess. That's why I love him.
And then...
Oh, wait a minute. In the group hug, he has his arm back. I think.
Oh, well, maybe he got it put back on.
Or, wait, which arm? Yeah, that's the arm that got cut off.
They were in their makeshift med bay,
Yeah.
and it was cut off at a joint pretty cleanly, so...
And Ratchet was right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ratchet was probably like, give it here.
Yay, we win a no prize.
Yay! We explained a thing.
Also, there's something I just realized while we were going through this that I think is going to be an important Chekhov's gun.
Uh-oh.
Oh?
Brainstorm is busy unveiling Maximus Ambus, so he doesn't present the gun made from the teleport chamber in person.
Uh-huh.
And
That-
Brainstorm seems like the type who would make Megatron a gun that fits with his pacifist nature.
It just teleports people.
Yeah, it just teleports them off-world instead of killing them, and that's why he made it out of the teleport chamber.
That would be pretty interesting.
Oh, I want Tarn to pick up that gun and just start shooting people now.
Look at me, I'm so great.
Finish you with your own weapon, Megatron. Bloop.
Oh, I'm expecting it to be more of a climactic moment. Megatron's like still refusing to fight anyone, and then Brainstorm is like yelling from getting the crap beat out of him by one of the DJD, and just goes, "Megatron, I made the gun from the teleport chamber. I've
And then
renounced
Brainstorm
violence."
gets his head ripped off.
It teleports you, and then he gets his head ripped off. No, it teleports
Aw.
people, and then he gets his head ripped off. And then Megatron just starts shooting, like, maybe all the Autobots, and then he's like the only one left that's not
Oh,
DGD.
that would be a good ending. I'd like that ending. Although, more likely he just tried to teleport the DJD off the planet. Or into the planet. Or something.
Yeah. So, a lot of potential there. I hope I've identified what he's gonna do, but you never know.
Oh,
So.
I want decapitations. You have convenient alien Neblonians or whatever nearby, and you have headmasters just waiting to have their heads ripped off.
We've got a convenient story coming up. It's a convenient toy line coming up.
Yeah, sorry Rodimus, it was nice seeing your head on your shoulders, but it's gotta go.
So,
Don't worry,
yeah,
it'll be back
next...
and it'll be able to turn into its own little guy.
So next issue, it's the last issue of this arc. It's gonna hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Really gonna hurt. I'm expecting
this hurt.
it to... Yeah.
This hurt a lot, but the next one's really gonna hurt.
Yeah, we're gonna lose some. We're gonna end the story. And, wait, didn't James Roberts say if he had to stop writing the series now, the next issue would be a perfectly fine ending for it?
Yeah. You know what would be funny? If we still didn't find out who Tarn is.
I'm kinda hoping that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Just left dangling.
At this point, or like, some of the characters find out, but we don't find out.
Oh man, that would be mean. That would be great, but mean.
Oh, are we going to get a Headmaster Kaon? No, we're not.
You're horrible.
No. Also, because I'm pretty sure Kaon is the one who turns into an electric chair.
Well,
so, no. No, we're not. That's like the least likely.
You could have a drag racer that's sort of chair-like.
I suppose.
We did get a character that turns into a hand at one point, so.
But that wasn't all he turned into.
True. I'm still gutted we never got Signal Lancer.
Yeah, Signal Lancer was the best. So
cool. He would have been so good for Combiner Wars, because he could have been like a little play set with you'd have with other vehicles to play with. Like he just turns into a bit of a street and a sign.
Yes. A stoplight.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, next week, this week there is also adjectiveless Transformers coming out.
Oh.
But we don't have time to discuss that and More Than Meets the Eye this week, so we will be discussing that next week.
Yes.
Yes, we will be discussing Optimus Makes Poor Decisions next week.
Yeah. So, that's it for this week. So join us back next week for whatever news has happened in between and discussion of the next issue of Adjectiveless Transformers. Until then, this is Jen.
And Alex.
And David.
Goodbye.
Yay, stop
An episode.
Oh, fudge.
Okay, you'll need to hit reset on the page.
Oh, that's what the crashed. Firefox crashed. Oh, let me shit. I saw a little thingy that said crash report popped up, but I didn't want to fuck with it in case it was Skype. And I just noticed it's apparently Firefox. Let's open that and see what happens. It's probably not gonna work, oh crap.